Yeah, I think this India team is a very good team. They are playing some very good cricket. The Sri Lankan team, I think they are trying their best. But I think they are falling down in their bowling department. 274 runs on this pitch was never really going to be enough. If you're going to be having that sort of bowling attack that Sri Lanka have got, they need to score over 300 runs. What they'll look back on though is little incidents within the game that perhaps if things had gone a little bit differently for them, they could have improved their performance and possibly even come close to winning. The first one would have been their batting performance in the batting power play. They lost 3 wickets in that power play, which set them back tremendously. If they had managed to survive that power play, even if they had scored the same number of runs, I think they only got 30 runs, but kept those wickets in hand, they could have gotten over 300. The second incident that they'll look back on is the fact that Shikhar Dhawan was out caught behind and wasn't given out. He was on 10 runs at the time. No, that could have changed the game again, but who knows? And Rayudu batted well. You know, the little bit that I've seen of him, he looks to be a pretty good player. This is his first century and he batted very well in this game. He has batted well before, but this really was an impressive knock. He went out there and took command almost from the very beginning. Not that he scored quickly at the beginning, but he looked assured throughout his innings, and it was a very good knock. Well, there has been talk about Kulasekara coming back into the team, but there has also been talk that he hasn't been bowling that well in recent times. So perhaps it's a matter of him trying to strike form. He's not going to get form by sitting on the bench. Perhaps if he plays and plays more and more games, he might be coming back into good form. More than likely, Sri Lanka will be trying to see what they have got apart from the guys that they know anyway. They know Kulasekara. They have guys that are not playing in this series that they know what they are capable of. They have some guys now in this series that they'll be hoping can produce the goods, but at the moment they are not doing that. And it would seem as if by the time the World Cup comes around, they'll have to go right back to the old hands. India have to be proud of what they have been doing. They have won these 2 games quite convincingly. They lost the first game to the West Indies, yes, but they won the other 2. You can only do as well as the opposition that's in front of you allow you to do, and they have been winning. So I don't think they should ever think that this doesn't mean a lot. If they keep on winning leading up to the World Cup, they'll go into the World Cup with high in confidence, and that's going to be very important. They shouldn't get carried away, as you are suggesting, but it's important that they win, and they have been winning well. At the moment, Sri Lanka have got to make sure they get a lot more runs on the board. The bowlers that they have got here in India, they don't look as if they're going to be very penetrative. They don't look as if they're going to be able to restrict teams to less than 300 runs quite easily. So Sri Lanka have to get a lot more runs on the board. It will be important for Sri Lanka to get a lot more runs from their senior batsmen. You know, they have some guys here that are very, very capable. If they bat long, if they play good long innings, they certainly will be able to get centuries or close to a century, which should push Sri Lanka towards the 300 and over 300 mark. And as I said, that is exactly what they need.